This record comes from Gujarat. What follows is an observation. I stood at the source for a long time. The unnamed structure, the gates, the fast, straight water. And I realized I had reached the end of what walking could tell me. I knew what was happening. I knew how. I had followed it across four marks and three crafts and one empty ledge. But who and why? Those weren't written anywhere I could walk to. The people who built this made sure of that. So I stopped chasing the who for a while and I went looking for something older instead. I wanted to understand the water itself, deeper than any gate could reach. The Saraswati bed runs pale and wide through this part of Gujarat, a river that left. Slowly, over centuries, nobody alive saw it full. But the land never forgot it. You can still trace where it ran. The villages still face it. The old shrines still sit along its banks, watching a river that isn't there. I walked the dry bed until I found one of them. A small water shrine, half fallen, older than anything around it, and an old woman sitting outside it, grinding something in a stone bowl. She didn't ask who I was. In places this old, people assume the river sends who it sends. I asked her about the shrine, who it was for. For the one below, she said. I asked her what that meant. She smiled. The smile old people use when a young person asks about something they've decided is just a story. You want the old song? She said. Sit. You won't understand it, but sit. She sang a few lines. Old Gujarati. Older than the words I know. I caught maybe half. It was about the river. But not the river you can see. The river underneath the river. The water that keeps moving even after the surface goes dry. She stopped and explained, the way you explain to a child. When the Saraswati left, the people did not say it died. They say it went under. That it still runs below the ground, where no one can follow. She tapped the earth with one finger, and they said something keeps it moving. Something that lives in the deep water and never comes up. You feed it at shrines like this, so it never gets tired. Because the day it gets tired, she didn't finish. She just went back to grinding. I asked her to finish it. She did not look up. The day it gets tired, the water forgets its balance. The deep goes wrong first, then the surface, then the people notice last of all when it is already too late to ask why. She set down her stone. That is the old belief. Nobody feeds the shrines properly now. The young ones think the water comes from the gates. She finally looked at me. Maybe they are right. Maybe it's just a song. I'll be honest with you. The way I've been honest this whole time. I can't tell you that's real. I didn't see anything. There is no record I can hold up. No ledger, no proof. Just an old woman and an even older song. I wrote it down as what it is a belief, a piece of folklore from a land that lost its river once and never got over it. I noted the shape of it. Deep goes wrong first, surface next, people last. Because that shape matched everything I had seen. But matching isn't proof. I packed up, I thanked her, I started walking back. And that's where my part of this ends. But you came all this way with me. You followed the water across the four marks. You earned something I can't give myself. So let me show you what I walked away from. What's actually down there, under the dry bed, under the old woman's shrine, under everything I just told you I couldn't prove. Come down, quietly. Nobody in Gujarat has ever seen this. They won't believe you if you tell them. But it's there. Deep below the Saraswati bed, where the river went when it went under, the water still moves. Clear, cool, cooler than anything that deep has any right to be, even now, even here. And in it, Jalmada, the old songs one below. The thing the shrines were built to feed, moving slow through the underground dark, keeping the deep water steady, the way it has since, before anyone carved a single step. This is what the Queen's vow pointed down toward. This is what the songs remembered. This is the balance made into a living thing. But watch it. Really watch it. It's moving more than it should. The deep channels it tends run wider than they used to. The water it has to reach and steady is being pulled in directions it was never pulled before, fast and straight and wrong. Somewhere far above, men in a few weeks built gates with no name on them, and down here, where they will never look, where they don't believe anything lives, something is quietly working harder to hold together what they decided to pull apart. The old woman was right. It's getting tired. She has no way to know how right she is. Come back up now, into the light. There is the old woman at her shrine, grinding, not feeding it like she should, half sure it's only a song. There is me, a small shape on the dry bed, walking away, certain of nothing. There is the whole of Gujarat above the water, calling it a good year because the basins are full and the gates run clean. And underneath all of us, the one thing that actually knows what's happening can't say a word. That's the gap. That's the whole thing. The people made a decision, the land is answering, and the only witness who understands both lives where no one will ever ask it. I've spent 30 entries now, watching what the water does. I think I've learned everything the water alone can teach me. So I'm going to turn around, stop following the hidden hand for a while, and go look at the other half of this. The people who are building it all. Not the ones hiding, the ones who are proud, the ones who look me in the eye and tell me the gates are the best thing that ever happened to this land. I want to understand them because somewhere between the old woman's song and their certainty is the whole truth of what's coming.